Hey friends, it's Laura with Laura's Handmade Haven. Welcome or welcome back. I'm so glad you joined me today. It's time to tackle those borders. All right, so this quilt top has two straight borders to begin with, and then we have that piano key border to work with. So we're gonna go through all three borders today. I'm gonna give you the measurements for the first two. As you can see, they're already on my quilt top. And then we'll talk about how to tackle that piano key border and get it together really quick and easy. So let's talk about the two borders that I already have on the quilt top so you can get those measurements for your project guide. The first border here is this nice dark blue flutter fabric from the Kaleidoscope line. These fabrics are all from benartex. They're by Colorworks. So they're all bright and cheery and I love them so much. This inner border, you're gonna need two strips that are 50.5 inches long and two strips that are 54.5 inches long. And that's just straight border sewing. So you're gonna do your sides first, then your top and bottom. Now, if you do your top and bottom first and then sides, no one's gonna care because this quilt is really not directional. So depending on how you lay the quilt down on the floor, that's the way the borders are gonna be. This middle border is with the green Kaleidoscope fabric, and these borders measure at 54.5 for the sides and then 62.5 for the top and bottom. So write those numbers down on your project guide and you'll have all your measurements you need for that inner and middle border. Now, if you do not want to tackle that piano key border, that's totally fine. Just stop right there. You'll have two borders, not three. Your quilt will finish at 62 inches instead of 74. Those are your choices. If you watched the cutting video, you know that I laid aside 19 of my strippies for that piano key border, and that's all we're gonna need for all four sides of this border, plus our 4 6-inch squares that we cut out of the backing fabric of this quilt. So for the piano key border, I did most of the sewing on this. I apologize for that. I was gonna show you some cutting tricks, but I forgot. To make this piano key border come together really quickly and easily, you're gonna sew together 2 sets of 6 strips and then 1 set of 7 strips. And that's gonna give us all we need to make all of our piano key borders for our Scrappy Strips 2 quilt. So once you get those strip sets together, this is what I did, and this is what I would recommend you doing if you have one. I used my 6 by 24 inch ruler. I laid it across my strip set. I used one of the sewing lines and the edges of my strip set to make sure that my ruler was square on there so you didn't have slanted strips. Although you could do that too, it would be super cute, but you need 7 cuts from each of your strip sets. So you need to make sure that your fabric is 42 inches wide. If it's not, you're gonna need some additional strips, but if you have 19 strips that are 42 inches long, like our strippies from benartex, then you'll be able to make this piano key border with 19 strips. So once you have your strip sets, you're gonna use your 6 by 24 inch ruler. You're gonna lay that right across your strip set and cut them all at 6 inches wide. I chose 6 inches wide because my ruler is 6 inches wide, and that makes for some very quick and easy cutting to get my strip sets to the right width, and then I can just sew them end to end. Once you have your strip sets all cut down to 6 inches wide, then you're just going to decide how you're going to put it together. You are going to need to rip a few strips off here and there. You're going to need 31 piano keys going down for each side of your quilt. So you're going to need 4 strips that are 31 strips wide. Hopefully that makes sense. And how you're gonna accomplish that is you're gonna take your strips that are 6 and 7 and you're just gonna sew them together. Now you can sew them together in whatever manner you want. What I did for 2 of my sides was I took 4 6s and 1 7, and that's gonna be 31 exactly. The other 2 sides, I ripped off the extra strips that I didn't need, just making sure it got to 31 strips long or wide for your border. So let's go to the sewing machine. I'll show you how I sew these together. We'll count our strips, we'll rip off the extras, and then we'll start putting our borders onto our quilt. I have 3 of my 4 borders together. So all I'm putting together is just this last border for the, probably the top. I don't know where it's gonna go. Basically what I do is when I look at my strip sets, I just make sure that I don't have 2 colors that are right next to each other. So I think all of these are pretty good to go. But like I wouldn't sew these 2 blue strips together, right? That's just not gonna do well for my piano key. So that's the only kind of rule that I follow. Other than that, there's nothing that I really worry about too much. I was trying to keep the white off of the ends, but then I thought, oh, it looks fine with the white on the end. So that's fine. Same thing when I was sewing my strip sets together. I just made sure I didn't have two of the same color next to one another. I did try to keep patterns separated too, but I wasn't quite as concerned about that as I was about just keeping the same colors away from one another. And see, you'll notice that on this, I didn't put it like this because I didn't want those two oranges close together, so I'll flip it using the other end. I'm at 26, so I'm just going to choose one more to use, and it doesn't really matter. It's just, you know, whatever you want to do. All right, so I have 32 strips on this side. I only need 31, so I'm just simply going to rip this one off. Now, if you want to use your seam ripper and take it off nicely, you can, but it works just to rip it off. All right, so now I have all 4 of my borders done. Now, like I said, I used 19 strips of my strippy. So I do have this one section of 7 left over, and plus these 2 orange strips. So there's a little bit of waste, but not too bad. And it's given me a lot of variety in my borders. So that is really what I'm going for here. All right, so now all I gotta do is put the borders onto my quilt top. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sew the sides on first, then I'll sew the corner blocks onto the ends of my top and bottom border and then put those on. So it's really just straight line sewing at this point. So we'll just get this together. I am getting ready to sew on my side borders, and what I thought I would let you know is, you know that most of the time I don't pin my stuff, but when it comes to borders, I definitely pin. And with these piano key borders, it's even more important that you pin and make sure that everything is lined up well, because you do not want to not have that good 1/4 inch seam on your piano key border, because this is the exterior border of your quilt. And so we are just going to sew along here. I have it clipped along the way, so you're going to notice that I stop and take off some clips, and we're just going to sew on our borders. Now, when I get to that clip, what I'm going to do is just go down the edge of the quilt a little bit and find my next clip and just keep my hand there. And that way it's going to keep these piano keys kind of evenly dispersed along in that section. That's just what is going to help. Just make sure that you don't have any puckering and swaying in this outside border. Because believe it or not, it is definitely easy with all of these seams to have a little waving and puckering in this outside piano key border if you're not careful with how you sew it on. We are about, I don't know, probably 2/3 of the way down the border at this point on the first side. So I'll go ahead and get this one finished, and then I will sew on the other side and the top and the bottom. I have all my outside borders on, and that means my quilt top is finished and it's ready to be quilted. Now, I'm just going to tell you a couple things that I did on that outside piano key border. First of all, remember I did clip it from every single side of that border. A lot of times I don't pin my borders because, well, I just don't. But this one, yes, a piano key border, I always pin it or clip it or something just to make sure that is evenly dispersed across that side. Remember, we have a 62-inch side and we have 31 piano keys, and that is spot on the length that we need. So you do need to make sure you're evenly dispersing that border across all 4 sides. And then the top and bottom borders get those 6-inch squares, and that makes it the length that it needs to be to cover the top and bottom of your quilt top. So that's where we're at. Our Scrappy Strips 2 quilt is together. It is ready to be quilted. Now, the only other tip that I will share with you is, now because all of those piano keys have those seams that come out to the edge, the last thing I did was I ran a nice little basting stitch all the way around the perimeter of my quilt. I just lengthened my stitch length to about 3. The default is 2.2, and I just did a 1/4 inch seam all the way around, or a 1/4 inch basting stitch, really, it's not a seam, all the way around the perimeter of the quilt. That's going to help me when I go to long arm it, because I don't have to worry about all these individual little seams between my piano keys pulling or coming apart when I'm quilting it. That wraps up our quilt construction for the Scrappy Strips 2 quilt. The next video, I'm going to show you how I'm going to enlarge that backing. So if you've ever been in a pinch where you thought you ordered enough backing and you didn't, let me show you how I'm going to extend my backing to make sure it covers my 74-inch Scrappy Strips 2 quilt top. Before I wrap up, I do want to say thank you one more time to benartex for supplying all the Kaleidoscope fabrics. That fabric line is by Colorworks, and these are so bright and cheery. I love them so much. This is kind of out of my normal color scheme, but I am in love with these beautiful fabrics from benartex. Until next time, find joy in all you do. Carve out some time for crafting and creating, and remember, it's always better when you make stuff up.